Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the Colonel.
All right. Nothing I love after a tough mission.
Uh-oh.
That's for the blooper reel. Nothing I love after a tough mission like a good old fried bologna sandwich, and that's what we're gonna have for lunch today after flying that tough mission. So, what do you think? What do you think of when you think of bologna sandwiches, Bella?
I don't know. I've never had one.
No, well, what? I feel like a failure as a father. Never had a fried bologna sandwich. Oh. So I like to think of fried bologna sandwiches as the Pinto wagon of sandwiches, the Ford Pinto wagon. So, you know, everybody kind of makes fun of them and everything else, but man, they get you where you need to go. And that's where I am, is hungry right now. So, not a whole lot to it. Got a pan going. I'm gonna go ahead and start heating this pan up, and we'll get right into it. So, look, all it is fried bologna, putting it on a sandwich, but I'll show you how I like to make it and the parts that I like to do with it. So I'm heating the pan up here. So I've got this thick cut bologna. That's what I like to use. It's just Oscar Mayer thick cut bologna. I like the thicker cut. You can go with the thinner cut. It'll fry up a little quicker, but I like the thicker cut because it's a little more substantial. The only thing with the thick cut though is you end up with these with this little this is part of the packaging for the bologna. You get the little parts you got to make sure you take off. You got to peel that off there and plop it in the pan while that's frying up. And this is probably the biggest technique. It's going to start heating up, and what's going to happen, that bologna is going to start curling up. All right, but you don't want that, which makes it harder to put it on a sandwich. So what you do is just cut little notches in the side like this, like that, and that keeps it from curling up. How's that? Pretty good, huh?
Yep.
I'm a big fan of fried bologna. I'm a big cheddar cheese guy, and I'm gonna really kick it old school here and go. I've got the block of cheese here, and I'm gonna just cut my pieces off. That's the way I like to do it. Bella, you know, when I was in elementary school, they used to serve us lunch, and it was bologna, and they had something they called that meal. They called it beetle hats. Can you imagine what that is? Beetle. You know what a beetle is, right?
Yes.
Beetle. They call them beetle hats.
Huh.
And it was fried bologna like that, and they would put a scoop of mashed potatoes on the top of it and then melt a piece of cheese on the top. Beetle hat. And that was like a hat that a beetle would wear, I guess. Although I don't know of any beetle that would be big enough to wear a hat that big. You know
For the kids.
Yeah, I think it was cute for us. We were all like, oh, yeah, I think it was the fun idea. So I'm just cutting myself some thin pieces of cheddar cheese off here, like that. Make myself a layer there. You can obviously use sliced cheddar. Now, I'm a big fan of Duke's. Mom used Duke's mayonnaise. That would be the Cadillac of mayonnaises, if you ask me. There's nothing better than Duke's mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise. Yeah, we just watched that the other night, didn't we?
Yeah.
Officer and Gentleman. Now you know what we're talking about when we say that. It always makes me laugh. Now you can use some fancy mustards and Dijon mustards and all that. You can do all that. I myself prefer for a fried bologna sandwich, you want to go with the old reliable, the old yellow mustard. So give that a little squirt on there.
A little. That was
I
a
like
lot.
myself some mustard. And then I'm going to just cut myself some tomato. Cut slices. I like cutting them a little thick. get however many it takes. You know, I can remember in elementary school getting just regular old bologna for lunch, believe it or not. You'd have that. So you can kind of see on the top, I don't know if you can kind of see it, when you turn it over, you know, it kind of starts sweating a little bit on top. All right, so that's how you know it's kind of heating through. You could put a little dab of oil in the pan to keep it from sticking, but you could see it starts browning up and crisping up. So mostly just heating it through. And you can see it's starting to spread apart here. That's why you cut those notches in it again, so it doesn't curl up. But yeah, we used to, and you know, we used to sit around the table and eating that. Of course, you know, you're you know, 10 years old sitting around the table, a bunch of boys, you know, of course you're getting bored sitting there waiting, and we would take the bologna and we would cut out little eye holes and make little masks and stuff like that. You never did anything like that when you were a little girl?
No,
No?
we didn't. We also didn't get just plain old bologna for
Yeah, I
lunch.
remember bologna sandwiches, or just bologna with something, you know, I mean, it was, so, yeah, so just kind of cook it down low, kind of keep it from sticking. How's that going? Yeah, that's looking good. And you basically just heat it up. Now you can, you know, sometimes I like it well done, and sometimes I just like to, because what's really good, what I like is when it's around the edges, it gets kind of crispy a little bit, like you cook it long enough like that.
Yes, you love your crispy.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So I'm going to move these tomatoes. One little trick here is if you put the hot bologna on top of the cheese, then it'll melt a little bit into it. So I'm going to go with that. So that bologna's for you there, Bella. I'm going to make you a bologna sandwich too. All right, so just cook it to when you think it's done. Like I said, I kind of like it, you know, on the verge of almost charcoal. And then you just slap it on the sandwich. You can double it up, but again, if I get the thick cut, then that's good. And that's my fried bologna sandwich. I'm gonna kind of flip this over and give it a taste. Put it together. Now this time I don't mind it being hot. That's the taste of childhood there. So again, great thing to throw in your lunch pail, take to school, or take to work. I was gonna take to school. But there it is, a little taste. Now, see, I didn't cut this, so I'm just kind of demo this, and you can see how it's bowing up. See that? That's why you cut the notches in it. Otherwise, it'll curl up. And then this underneath, under that, it's really not getting cooked. So if I kind of slice it, cut these notches in it, it'll flatten out. See that?
Yep.
It'll flatten out. So there you go. There you have it. Fried bologna sandwich, pretty easy, but I love them. Fried bologna, love it. The pinto wagon of sandwiches, right?
Right.
Do you know what a pinto wagon is?
I don't.
No. Another failure as a father, I guess. Anyway,
Is it a car?
It is a car.
I don't know cars.
Oh, well. So, there's yours. Working on that. Okay, so appreciate everything. There's really no recipe there, but if you don't mind, on your way down, hit like and subscribe if you haven't. And this is the Colonel saying over and out. Bye, Bella.
Bye.